They say America runs on Dunkin', but do you? I have mentioned before that I am a fan of Dunkin' for coffee and the more than occasional donut. For me, it is very convenient to place an order on the app and pick it up on the way, or stop by and place an order scanning with the app. Every now and then I may work from a location that actually has seating available, which is not the case with all their locations. I am not opposed to Starbucks. I occasionally will stop by a location or get something when my siblings order. For them, Starbucks is more conveniently located than Dunkin' in terms of their homes and work environments. For me, I tend to look for Dunkin' wherever I go because I have spent so much time in them during my education, to the point that location owners have shown me and my friends great generosity with complimentary coffee to fuel our final push. So what does the market for national chains look like in the United States? While I may primarily run on Dunkin', the available data strongly shows that America runs more on Starbucks, which is the market leader with nearly $40 billion in revenues. Dunkin', which is now private under Inspire Brands, is reportedly second in the market with just under $15 billion in annual revenue. For nationwide chains, these are the two leading coast-to-coast chains. Starbucks has over 16,000 locations that tend to be in every city, suburb, often placed prominently in any affluent area. Dunkin' has their little over 7,000 locations in a wider array in terms of types of areas, towns, cities, and any crevice that has the minimal amount of space. Dunkin' caters to people picking up coffee, a snack, and heading out for the most part. Starbucks has a good number of customers who plant themselves in a location from open to close, working, interviewing, or studying. I recall that someone compared the two and stated that Dunkin' is more focused on quick service, not hosting the writing of the next great novel. Starbucks has a distinct brand position, where people view it as the premium product. Even if the customer is not aware of the differences in the quality of product, there is a desired brand association that people want by purchasing coffee from Starbucks. They want to be associated and seen in Starbucks. Starbucks is stereotypically the coffee associated with career success, high-performing professional, and luxury consumer. There are many people that purchase Starbucks to try to impact the way their leadership perceive them, when their salaries may not afford them the ability to purchase that coffee daily. I have known people who have purchased Starbucks and reused the cup to keep up their appearance. For many other people, they just need a cup of coffee on the go to work, school, or whatever they are doing that day. While Starbucks customers want others to view them in a certain manner, Dunkin' customers are going there for function. They need energy and maybe something to eat that will come in under the price of just a cup of coffee at Starbucks. Starbucks has some heated food, but it is built around coffee and drinks. Besides cake pops for kids, their food options are not the greatest, especially when they are simply unwrapping a Costco-style sandwich. Not bad, but not appealing at the price point and visually seeing them do it. Dunkin' warms their sandwich components, but at least they assemble them. Dunkin' has a wider array of options besides the coffees, donuts, breakfast sandwiches, and bagels. Each month they tend to have new food and drinks to try, and now have even entered the energy drink market with the Dunkin' Energy Zero Sugar drink line. And some locations have specials that are exclusive to their location, region, or simply something off menu that you see and want to try. Now, let us talk about the market overall in terms of competitors to these top chains. The best cup of coffee is one made at home, but if you are buying one out, then many cities and towns have mom and pop shops that provide great unique cups of coffee, and there are many specialty shops, and many times, those have unique experiences and service quality that make you want to keep coming back. Besides local competition, there is competition from chains like Panera Bread, a food chain that has coffee and coffee-based promotions. There is the overrated Tim Hortons from Canada trying to expand into the United States. And, of course, there are a plethora of alternatives to coffee like Red Bull and Monster energy drinks, or other energy infusion drinks. The preference for what makes a good cup of coffee is highly personalized to the individual. Some people will try to make a scientific argument for Starbucks over Dunkin'. Others may counter with an economic argument for Dunkin' over Starbucks. Some may make a legitimate convenience argument for Wawa over both. Yes, I said it, Wawa over Starbucks, Dunkin', McDonald's, Panera Bread, and Tim Hortons. But it is whatever fits the person's needs and wants at the moment. Nothing pairs with coffee like a sausage, egg and cheese McGriddle and hash brown. But sometimes, you just need a cup of coffee and a light snack. Or just the coffee itself. How would I make Dunkin' better? They are doing a lot to rebrand. Removing donuts from the name because they are more than just coffee and donuts. Revitalizing many of their locations is a good approach, and their expanded drink and food options is always a good way to pique interest. From a customer perspective, I think locations should have greater ability to customize their app menus. For instance, I like to go to a location more northwest in New Jersey because they have butternut donuts, but I cannot order it on the app. I order my coffee and then have to go in line and order my one regular butternut and one chocolate butternut. They need to focus on growing their store locations and penetrating more markets throughout the nation. For what I have seen and experienced, many of their upgraded locations have constant business. Their older ones are not so much, outside of regulars. There is enough space in the market for both sides.
Brewing a high-quality cup of coffee at home offers unparalleled personalization and value, allowing you to manage every variable to suit your specific taste. However, the decision often hinges on a trade-off between the time required for a home brew and the convenience of grabbing a cup while commuting to the office. For those choosing the homebrew route, major coffee brands now offer their signature lines at local grocery stores, complementing a wide array of equipment options. These range from standard drip machines and French presses to specialized Vietnamese styles, Italian espresso makers, and sophisticated high-tech systems designed to engineer the ideal cup. Single-serve machines, such as Keurigs, have become staples in both homes and professional environments due to the diverse selection of pods that cater to individual preferences. Their presence in an office is often seen as a baseline for employee consideration. The scale of the coffee industry is significant and should not be underestimated. While the combined annual revenues of giants like Starbucks and Dunkin' approach $60 billion, this represents less than half of the total American market. When accounting for home brewing and takeout across all providers, data suggests the industry exceeds $100 billion, with some estimates reaching as high as $122 billion. The cost of that cup of coffee has not been really affordable over the past decade. For many, it will always be worth the expense. The convenience of having that pick-me-up ready waiting for you. Many times, the external perks make the price not that expensive. The people in those shops who you interact with daily or semi-daily. The enjoyment you have taking some time away from your day at your favorite shop. It may be that piece of luxury that makes the rest of your day more bearable and fuels you to push through adversity, challenges, and problems. For some, that daily cup of coffee is an investment into themselves and it is worth every penny.